Hello everyone, and welcome to our Black History, also known as American History segment with our Chef Anwar. We are thanking you for joining us as we celebrate Black History. We want to thank our listening audience that's joining us today. So sit back, enjoy, and I present to you Chef Anwar!
All right, welcome everyone. I am so happy to be here. I am so happy to welcome Black History Month and what it entails. I'm Chef Anwar, as I said. I am a native of Philadelphia and Camden, New Jersey. I attended Camden Free Public Schools. I attended Francis X. McGraw Elementary School, and I attended East Camden Middle. So I'm happy to be here in Camden sharing the blessings of wellness. Before I get started, I'm going to go right into a little detail about why we're doing a specific dish. This dish is called the Calas cake. Calas, C-A-L-A-S. It is said to be the piece of food that freed the slaves. And I say that because this dish was made by African slaves, and these African slaves, they had days off. They had a day off, and usually they took their time, that day off, to go to church. And so what they would do is they would take leftover rice, and the original way is with leftover rice, and they would use a little egg, just like the recipe, all those things, and they would use flour, baking flour, they would season with a little cinnamon, and they would make the cakes and they would deep fry them like you would do a French beignet, and then you would top it with some powdered sugar. So we are actually going to do a different version of the Calas cake, and it is so true to our African American culture. So we have our leftover rice, we have brown rice we're going to be using. I have all the ingredients here listed that goes into the savory Calas cake. Now, one thing that we're going to do with this Calas cake is we're not going to do the original version of deep fat frying. As I said, we're doing wellness. We are about the whole self, and we're trying to eat better. Now, I'm not saying that eating better is to take away any kind of quality of the food or the flavor. I love flavor. You love flavor, we all love flavor. Flavor is so important. Now, when we have like fish fries in our culture, in African American culture, or in any of our cultures, we have fries or fish fries, and we fry fish. I want to ask our studio audience, do you know what brand of hot sauce that we love to use in our fried fish fries? Anybody know? Just yell it out to me.
I would say Frank.
Frank's is one, but Louisiana is another, but that's not the main one.
Is it Crystal?
Ding, 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 ding. So, Crystal, I'm not doing an endorsement for Crystal, but that is one of those hot sauces that we use in our food. Hence, we're going to put that into the Calas cake. All right. So, the Calas cake I'm going to use white rice, it's a grain. Not white rice, we're going to use brown rice, which is a grain. I pre-made this rice myself. But for you to do this at home, it is better if you make rice. This is something to do the day before, or 2 days before. If you make rice at home, make your rice the way you make your rice. If it's spicy, if it's not spicy, if it's more herby, you make your rice the way you make your rice. And then the next day, we're ready to do a Calas cake. So here we go. So here I have our brown rice. I'm going to simply put our brown rice inside of our bowl. Now, I'm going to just add our dry ingredients here. So I have the wheat flour, I have the baking powder. This is the baking powder here. I know I have to use that out. I'll put that in there. Now, usually the baking powder goes into anything when we're frying it or cooking it, to help with the crispness. It gives it a crisp thing. Now, we're putting our Calas cakes in the oven, and putting it in the oven will yield the same consistency and crispness that you would do when you actually fry it. That is why we're adding the baking powder. So then, I'm also going to take 2 tablespoons of. I have this in a plastic bag. It's better for me to level it off without making a flour mess everywhere, right? Now, mind you, the rice is seasoned. The rice has salt in it. The rice has, so we do flavor and we build flavor. You know, so if something has rice, and I love that. If something has rice already inside of it, or something that's already it's something that's seasoned prior. So I'm using this from yesterday. I made this today, but let's say this was yesterday. This was already seasoned yesterday. So this is the salt. This is our salt content. This is enough. Now, so the only thing I have to do now is add, just a little bit more salt, which, because I'm adding flour, which I'm gonna add eggs, that's gonna take away. So here I am with my dry ingredients. All right, here's my pack. Bam. All right. Here's a little kitchen hack I like to go over. We call kitchen hacks easy ways to get around the kitchen. So here we have garlic, right? It's so tedious to open garlic. So usually, if you're at home and you have maybe 2 pans to put together, if you have something of a hard surface, right? We can take the garlic, right? And if you shake it really well, yes. Your skin comes right off. But in this instance, this garlic seems like it's like an elephant garlic. And it's maybe a little bit stickier. But usually, when you bang the garlic together on a hard surface, the husk, the shell comes completely off. And that keeps us from having garlic smelling hands and sticky hands while we're going through the process. All right. So, with my Calas cakes, what I'm going to do, some of it was coming off nicely too. That was good, but it didn't quite come off. And if it's wet, it won't do it either. So what I like to do is I like to just crush my garlic down, if I don't do the method that I was just trying to attempt. I'll crush it down. I'll line it up. And you want to get your garlic minced. You want to get your garlic minced. You want to get your garlic minced really good, right? And you can just line it up. So this is a little bit of a rough chop, and it's fine. Once you get your garlic minced properly, you can go ahead and just add that, all right? Now, we have our chopped onion. We have our scallions. We have our hot sauce. All right, in case I add a little more flour for my consistency, it would be very good. Now I'm going to crack one egg, because our recipe calls for 2 eggs, but I'm scaling the recipe down. It's 1 cup of rice. You can add 2 cups of rice to yield to more out. I'm doing 1 cup, so I'm scaling the recipe down. Now, All that I have to do is just mix this together. All right, so once we get a nice mixture, it's slimy like mine is a little bit. What I'm going to do is the recipe calls for adding a little bit more flour for coating. That's the flour that I'm going to add to thicken this up. That's the flour. And as I'm doing it, I can feel how stiff it's getting. Before I was a little loose, right? I can feel how stiff it's getting. All right. Okay. So, that's very simple for the Calas cake. Now, right here, it's very flavorful. It smells very good. It also gave it a nice, the hot sauce gave it a nice color. Now, the next thing that I do is have my sheet here ready. And I like to have our Dawn garlic. She's introducing us today. We're going to have her come by and she's going to walk this around to show you the consistency of the Calas cake. How I scoop, how it looks raw, okay, and how it should be portioned out. All right. Now, these bad boys, they will go into the oven at about 375. Now, today, I previewed this recipe to have my comfortability with it, and I am totally confident in these Calas cakes, that I had my oven at 450 degrees, and I had it in there for at least 15 minutes, and they came out looking just like this Dawn garlic to bring out to you right now. All right. So the Calas cake is a very decent but ancient. It has a lot of historical value, and it is very popular in the New Orleans section of the country, Louisiana, because that's kind of where the French. I guess during the purchase of Louisiana Purchase, at some point in that time, I guess the French had control. So the French left an influence, as they leave influences everywhere they control. For example, they left influence in Vietnam, hence the beignet. That's the French baguette. All right, and so they left influences in Louisiana, hence people are making those beignets. And then these Calas cakes are a derivative of the beignets. So look how many cultures have come together to bring us this Calas cake. And now look, here we are in 2021 trying a Calas cake.
My name is Anwar Rasheed. The textures are great. It's nice and crispy. I love that it's with leftover rice because we do make a lot of rice traditionally.
Yes.
So having something like to make with the rice, not just letting it go to waste, but actually making something delicious that you can like pair with something else, it's perfect.
Excellent. Excellent.
So for me, delicious, first of all.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. I'm making this. When we air this, I'm going to make it with you. But for me, it's really like if you took the Red Lobster biscuit
Oh, yes.
and you made it healthy and you served it at a 5-star restaurant. That's what the savory version is. And so at home, I'm going to try the sweet version. But that for me, that's the taste profile. I mean, I'm still enjoying it. It's delicious.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was a good one. I had not heard that one. Take the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit and make it savory. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Jamira.
Hi, Jamira.
And just like Ben, yeah, it was really pretty much like the texture and also the taste of the Red Lobster biscuit.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. The spin with the rice, which gave it that crunchiness, gave it a little bit of edge, and I loved it. It was really good.
Thank you very much. Absolutely amazing.
Hi, my name is Carmetta, and I guess Ben took everybody's thought and put it in his own words. That's exactly what it reminded me of. I couldn't quite distinguish it, but once he said it, I was like, yes, that's it. It's that biscuit from Red Lobster with a different type of, and the good part about it is that the brown rice, right?
The brown rice.
You just came up so fast.
Yes.
So this is all the things that you put in. It's like, oh my God, if you had only told us this 10 days ago, we could have been eating this on our fast.
Yes.
This is perfect for our fast.
Wonderful.
So it was very delicious. So I'll let Miss Cynthia tell you more about what she added.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Also.
Thank you. How you doing, Miss Cynthia?
Yes, yeah. This was really good. That's all I got to say. It was really good. And then, well, see, I'm a little extra because I said, oh, when I saw the honey, and then a little bit of hot sauce, we stir that stuff together for a side dip. And
Now you're talking.
me, I get me some coffee. And have it with my coffee for breakfast.
Now you're talking.
I loved it. It's good.
I'm glad you loved
And
it.
the smell, oh, Jesus, you can just smell it.
Yes.
Like
Right. So those, so what we've done with this Calas cake, the savory Calas cake, is I particularly chosen those that flavor profile: the scallion, the green onion, the garlic, the onion. Because first of all, garlic, that's anti-inflammatory. Onions, anti-inflammatory, swelling. Also, the garlic is good for our immune system, fighting off colds. So if we put those things, those ingredients inside of our food, we are helping ourselves in the long run. That is preventative maintenance with our food. We're eating with preventative maintenance. And that's what I love to do. Now, I did mention the first time, I said, even though we're making this healthy and it's about wellness, we are not going to compromise the flavor. That is important. I know we eat with our eyes. Yes, it looks great, looks colorful, looks good. We smell with our nose, yes. But if that thing tastes nasty, all those other things go out the window. Now, there was a foul language, nasty. We don't use that word. I never like to use that word, but sometimes. But in this case, we don't ever want to do that. And that's why we want to make healthy things we want to make healthy things exciting. We want it to be delicious. I want people to say, you know what? I don't mind if it's healthy. Listen, half the calories. I'll take it. Yes, and we'll continue to do that. We won't care about what's diet, what's not. Because really what's diet sodas and not diet sodas, still sugar. No matter how you spin it. And so with this recipe, it has history, it has health benefactors, and now it's delicious. And it's current today. Imagine you serving this as like you said, I love the analogy of the biscuits. That was amazing. I couldn't have picked that up. But he did, and I'm glad. And when I share this with the guys at Wellness in the schools, they're going to be all want to know about this Calas cake. They're going to all want to know.